So this is a love reading for Hilary. So here we go. We're going to take a look first at Marchetti's Oracle of Visions. That's the one right there. What's going on? Right here in the center of it all, we have the key that's in the floating circle of time. It's in a measured space. This is waiting for something and almost waiting for somebody to give permission. It's almost like the key that has access to the book of answers. The key that's right in front of you if you break the glass, but something needs to be broken, ribbons need to be cut, ties need to be cut, apron strings, like growing up type things need to happen. This isn't the energy that should be holding this captive. So this is time for growing up. Time to really, really risk. Let's see what's going on around this. Taking one for each side, and then we'll take the tarot. So energy of too soon old. And it's a stretch your legs energy, like get out and about. Now you got the timekeeper. Now this timekeeper is a tricky one. It's like having the sands of time, and it's like some of it is slipping through the fingers. You will age far too rapidly if you don't get out and be in the world doing your own thing. This is a cautionary. This is the balance. This is a little bit of reprieve, a little bit of rest. This is a little bit of tempering that needs to happen. And then there's this newness, this cycle, this light that's trying to fill in. If you see this, all of this orb here, if this is this key is this picture, and if this time leads to this energy where you can stretch, renew, grow, move past this space, it's it almost seems like it's like a protected space of time that you need to stretch and go from. And when you're ready, you need to really, really expand and trust again and get your foot one in the water and one in the sky. It's time to trust. It's time to really get going here. There you are again. Ha ha ha. No, it's time to wake up. Everything in the universe is trying to pull these circles wider, bigger, make your world expand so you would have the room to stretch, stretch, stretch. Wake yourself from this sleeping moment. Come out of that slumber. You're not the sleeping princess anymore. You are your own person. Okay, Hilary, we're going to look at the cards and see what the cards are saying. We're looking in the Tarot of Dreams from Marchetti now. Sometimes there's palaces that come up. Sometimes different kinds of imagery comes up. Let's see what we've got as far as you and love reading. We're going to put you in the center and over the top of this. The embattled knight. There's something here with you where this is either prepared for a battle, prepared for a fight, or needing to walk away from it. Now, depending on which place that you're at, there's usually a little bit of a harsh battle, but this is very much all of these knives, all of these things. It's cutting strings, cutting ties, cutting apron strings, cutting ways of doing, ways of being beforehand. The Knight of Coins is the slowest damn knight that there is. He's too weighed down, too burdened, too worried about security, too worried about financials, too worried about getting things just right, and he's way too grounded. This is air energy. It's almost like you need to ninja it up a bit. That's a weird thing to say, but that's what it feels like. You need to ninja it up. Rather than being all gilded on this horse and safe and protected, you need to hop off, grab a couple of those blades, and start going. Start living. Over-armored, over-protected. And he's the slowest knight with no armor, really, no sword in his hand, but over-armored, over-protected. Too grounded, too bound by the ground, by the earth. Wowie. Okay. Two of Wands. You need to make choices. This is a partnering choice, and this is also the road less traveled, the path you need to take, you need to choose. You need to see the world above and beyond. You know how we saw those images here. This is, you need to step on this path and leap one way or the other. You need to rise from this. There's paths. There's like torches, almost like I think of tiki torches, but they aren't. But there's torch lights going on, almost like the air traffic controller. Like they're going like this, signal, 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 here, signal, signal. They're trying to guide you in. Well, this is trying to let you know that it's okay for takeoff. It's like here, 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 and then expanding, expanding, and saying go. Knight of Wands is kicking in. This fiery, fiery energy. It's like you can't be tethered and grounded anymore. And the Page of Cups is here. You want to explore. You want emotional stuff that's going on to have meaning and have substance. See what else is going on. It almost reminds me of a kid going off to college and needing to stretch their own wings a bit. I don't know why that feeling is there, but it is. Very much so. It feels like that you're afraid that if you take off, there will be too much burden left behind. That's not the case, and it's not your concern. The Chariot is here. You need to go splashing, have some momentum, and really, really go. You're hanging on, holding on, this hanging man. You need to shift your perspective. It's never been intended for you to be bound here. Look at this. You can't be forever suspended between two worlds. It cannot be. It won't make room for love in your life if you're suspended. This is the time where you need to open up to yourself. It's like if you could kick those windows open and the cosmos are here, and you see him. He's hanging in the cosmos, suspended. You can't stay suspended in time. This burden, this overwhelming fiery stuff, this carrying this heavy load, and the overwhelm needs to dissipate. It needs to go. You've got to get going. There's an urgency for you to take off, to go. This is like the car of the deck. This is the Chariot. You've got to go. There's a focus. There's a balance. You've got to get on your way. You got to kick it into gear. You can't have this slow horse anymore. This one wants to charge, like with dragon fire. This could be very much travel that needs to happen. There isn't quite the direction known, but you've got to have your own little inner guidance going for you. Trust. Oh my. 8 of Coins. You've done the work. You've done plenty of work. You know your skills. You know what you're good at. You know how to make your way in the world a little better than you think you do. You're going to have some time where you're developing your own skills, your own talent, but you've got the skills there. It's like you're ready to leave home to do an internship is what it feels like. As to love. You've learned a little bit of coldness and protectedness and guardedness. You've seen this in the well-armored person. This is thinking things through, but this is an awfully big sword to wield. You don't have to do all of it at once, and you don't have to protect the inherited sword. You need to be ninja. The Ace of Coins, this opportunity is here. It's right here. This is big 3D opportunity. Money, finance, growth, talent, honoring that talent. And holding back sometimes and planning a little too much, guarding the heart a little too much. There's this key here. It's too guarded. Everything in here is too guarded. What do you do to ninja it up on the love? Because this still feels very much you. What about the love angle? What's going on for the love life? Six of Swords. And this is almost like a war machine, but it's really actually just the boat. It's just choosing the baggage that's going to help propel you and what baggage you'll leave behind. It's leaving this rougher area of time, this time where maybe it's been a little bit too difficult. It's time for things to be a little smoother. King of Cups energy coming in. This is really balanced energy. This is very much calmness and figuring out how to ride through turbulent emotions and get to a more safe shore where things feel a little better. This is observing the details very keenly, very sharply. This is knowledgeable, sending messages, kind of sending up smoke signals of a sort. And again, you have 2 blades here. Interesting. This is the page that usually goes off to college. You have the 2 blades here, and you have the Queen of Swords here. Too soon old, too soon old. Too much responsibility, too soon old. Where is it? Where is it? Where did we see it? too soon old. You're going to have to cut through that. It's going to be a battle for you, a tricky battle. You're going to have to break free of something old that binds you, that you feel intense loyalty for in order to get your own life, in order to stretch and move forward. Really, really trippy. All right, let's see what's going on. We're going to double down on this deck and see what we can find out. Love life. It's like you're between the Page and Queen, but you're not quite the Knight of Swords. I expected there might be a Knight here. That's the Knight of Swords, but really we've seen the Knight of Coins and we've seen the Knight of Wands. Where is your Knight? King of Swords, somebody that thinks long term. He'll have young eyes, gentle eyes. Three of Cups, there will be celebration. This is almost like Mardi Gras celebration, and then we have this overwhelm too. He's experienced his share of that as well, this overloaded, overburdenedness. There's this Two of Cups. You'll understand each other well. You'll see each other well. You have the Hermit. He's questing and on his own too. You're on your own for too long. And the Palace of Swords. This is air energy. This is being in your head a lot, but this is also the air signs. What else do we got going on here for you? You'll understand each other from the Swords energy and the Swords energy. Your experiences will be of such nature that you will have understood. There'll be like the difficulties that you have come through. He'll understand those and know those fairly well from his own perspective. And it's almost as if you see this guy's head here and how it's like got this design. It's like there's a crown up here waiting and there's a timing in here. We've seen this imagery. And it isn't here. And it isn't here. We've seen this imagery. There's something about this timing. There we go. Okay. So here. You see this around, this is all the signs around the earth, around the zodiac. You see almost time suspended here. It's done. This time suspended is done for him as well. It is time for you to wake up. It's time to stretch, to expand, to grow. Palace of Wands, that's the other strong energy going forward. The Knight of Coins wouldn't go daring and charging towards this person, but the Knight of Fire would. And this is where you are in this energy. It's almost like you have to go seek him out. You have to go out there and find him. Interesting. Palace of Cups. Almost as if you could have all the palaces if you found that balance. Palace of Cups, all of this emotional stuff that's under the surface would become suddenly much more clear and easier to abide. Yeah, you need to go out and find him. You need to get out of the general geography that you're in right now. You need to travel or go beyond what your typical geography is. You won't see him in your area. He won't cross your path unless you go out of your way, do something different, off the routine, off the path, out of your... Like if you're in a certain state, it might be out of your city towards a different direction than you would go. And you got to charge off and you got to have some strength behind it. Have a little oomph behind it and a little skill in your calculations. Then the Four of Wands. Now look at this. The Two of Wands is deciding to kick open the gate and go through the doors. It's leading you to the Four of Wands, to more balanced energies across the board. Over and over and over, the balance is coming. What I'm getting from this reading for you is you need to expand, go beyond, cut the apron strings, cut whatever is the sense of practicality and pragmatics, leave that be. You need to have this fire in the belly, this inspired energy to be able to move forward. You need to push, extend, expand, expand, extend, expand, and extend. This is what's waiting for you, this Four of Wands energy. Is there anything else? Temperance. Well, we knew that already. This is what you saw. You've got to throw some. You got to get out there and throw your weight around. Go do some things. Really, really stretch and expand. Look at this. You can't stay forever where you are, but if you want the balance, if you want the harmonious matching, definitely you've got to stand and throw into the fire. You've got to risk. You got to go. You got to be in different energy. He'll not be from the town you live in. That's what I've got for you. So hopefully this makes sense to you. Hopefully it helps you out. It seems like you need to get out of Dodge, so they say. Get out of the town you're in to find where your heart is trying to take you. Good luck. Bye-bye.